Hello everyone, my name is Jet Dooley and I'm a student at CCGA, and this is my Persuasive Speech for Public Speaking class. So today I'm going to be talking to you about why we need election reform, and I'm going to be specifically focusing on why we need to abolish the Electoral College. So, about the Electoral College was created as a temporary solution which was meant to appease states with smaller populations, meaning that the Electoral College is made up of electors and each state receives a certain number of these electors. The system was meant to help the smaller populated states, and the people of the state vote for the president, and then the electors vote for the president next. And here is what the Electoral College map looks like in the United States. So you can see that Florida has 29, and that Alaska has 3, and Texas has 38, and Maine up there has 4. So there are a few examples. So most electors will give their vote to the candidate that wins the state's majority, but some will not, and these electors are called faithless electors. So the electors are the ones who really decide who becomes the president. This means that the Electoral College is undemocratic, because you can have instances in which a candidate receives the popular vote but does not receive enough Electoral College votes, so they lose the presidency. Now, in a democratic society, the candidate that receives the popular vote will also then become president. Now, here is a chart for examples in which the candidate that won the popular vote did not win the election. You could see Hillary Clinton down there at the bottom won the popular vote, but Donald Trump won the electoral votes. And you can also see that Al Gore won the popular vote, but George W. Bush won the electoral vote, and Grover Cleveland won the popular vote, but Benjamin Harris won the Electoral College, and Samuel Tilden won the popular vote, but Rutherford B. Hayes won the electoral vote. So those are just 4 instances right there. So another issue with the Electoral College is that it gives smaller states more weight than larger states, meaning its purpose is actually hurting other states and territories. So to explain, every state will receive a minimum of 3 electoral votes, and each state's total number of votes is granted by representation in the Senate, which is 2, plus representation in the House of Representatives. So to demonstrate this, we can look at Washington, D.C. and Wyoming, which both have 3 electoral college votes. However, Wyoming has a smaller population. So, plus the Electoral College also encourages voter suppression as well. During the unfortunate era of slavery in the United States, southern states wanted their slaves to count as only 3/5 of a person toward the population for electoral votes. However, they did not receive representation or voting rights in elections. Furthermore, during the era of the Jim Crow laws, African Americans were freed from their cruel suppression, but the Jim Crow laws worked to suppress their vote. The only difference now is that they were counted as a full person. Now, this was wrong. Now, some people that will support the Electoral College point out an advantage, saying that it provides a clear winner, meaning that the majority candidate will become the president. So if a candidate was elected by the popular vote, then it would be possible for a candidate only to receive less than 50% of the vote if the Electoral College didn't exist and we relied on the majority vote. So, as an example of this, there are 4 candidates. Candidate 1 receives 40%, candidate 2 receives 20%, candidate 3 receives 30%, and candidate 4, receives 10% of the vote. Now, neither one of these candidates received the majority vote. However, the candidate that received 40% would win. Now, a clear solution to this issue would be to implement ranked choice voting, otherwise known as preferential voting. Under ranked choice voting, voters rank candidates by the order of their preference. And under this system, ranked ballots are turned in and counted. The candidate with the least amount of votes is removed, and your next best choice is selected. And then the results are recounted, and this happens over and over again until a majority is reached. So now this system is good because it forces candidates to try to appeal to more than just their group. Also, this system provides winning candidates under this system feel more like someone that the majority of the people can stand behind. Now, here is if I can get this to come on. Here is a example of what a ranked choice voting ballot would look like. You see, you have bubbles for your first choice, your second choice, your third choice, your fourth choice, your fifth choice, and your sixth choice, and your candidates listed here. So to conclude, we need to abolish the Electoral College because it is undemocratic, gives smaller states and territories more weight, encourages voter suppression, and ranked choice voting would solve the problem of a no clear winner once we abolish the Electoral College. So thank you for listening to my persuasive speech.